your hand makes me tremble within. Love the smell of your hair, lying here in my bed. Oh, never gonna be alone, 'cause with you I'm finally coming home. I wanna be with you always.
The Banks family.
What's up, Banks family? It's your boy Ronnie. I'm a little sweaty and hot and anxious right now because Mackie is right now checking to see how dilated she is, etc, etc, placement of the baby, and if we are able to go to the hospital or not. Pray for us. I'm just waiting for her to call me or text me and say yes, let's go, or no, we gotta go back home. And packed the car seat, baby Ayla Rose's car seat, just in case as well. I'm just waiting on a call or a text, so when I find out, you guys will find out. Hopefully we're heading to the hospital today, and that'll be today's video, and if not, we'll see what happens. All right, so I'm getting some texts as we speak. Apparently they stripped her membrane, which is great. But besides that, she's still 3 centimeters, and they're really not listening to her when she's saying that, you know, she's taking a lot of pain and yeah, so I mean, now that they've stripped her membrane, it should really be within 48 hours, so I'm not sure why they would send us back home. I think at this point it's just getting more defeating for her. She just told me that she just really feels defeated, and I think it doesn't really help that, you know, we're on social media when we are trying to give birth to our newborn daughter, you know, but that is our lives. So I guess the pressure can be heavy. You know, just because it's not physical pressure, that pressure is still dense. But the last thing I want to do is add on to her pressure or make anything not go smoothly or make her feel less worth than she is as a mom, because she deserves a lot, you know, she puts through. Now it's 18 months damn near back to back of being pregnant, so I think she thought it was going to be a lot smoother this time on terms because it's her second pregnancy. And, you know, the baby's supposed to come faster for the most part, and, you know, that's not the case really this time. It's tough. Take your mask off. What'd they say?
Same thing.
They stripped the membrane though, yeah?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's gonna put me into labor.
That means it's gonna come sooner though. Some people go into labor at night when they strip their membrane.
God. And basically told me, like, because of COVID and everything that's going on,
They
like,
don't want to bring people in.
no, I can't even schedule like a volunteered induction until after 41 weeks.
What?
And I was like, are you kidding me? He was like, yeah. So if I want to do a voluntary induction, there's no guarantee that I'll get it, and because the hospitals are so busy and stuff, so
What?
just frustrated. Gosh, just tired. I'm grateful that we're healthy, but it's like, dang.
What's
what's up, guys? Don't mind me if my face or my eyes are swollen. I don't know if Ronnie put the clip before or after my doctor's visit, but I did have a breakdown. I'm kind of like, obviously I'm sad and I somewhat feel just a little defeated, but I'm trying my best not to feel that way. I'm trying my best to laugh and, you know, keep my mind off of it, stay busy, walk, you know, hang out with my family and stuff. It's a little defeating, you know, when you think that you're making all this progress and you're getting somewhere, getting closer to actually delivering baby, and then you get the same news, the same answer, and it's like, on top of being anxious already, like you want to be done being pregnant and meet your baby and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just very uncomfortable at this stage of our pregnancy. I'm losing sleep, I'm losing breath. Like right now I'm out of breath just talking to you guys. Yeah, and it just sucks because it's like, you know, every woman is different. Every pregnancy is different. So what worked for you may not work for me. What worked for me may not work for you. I don't want to say I'm desperate, but I am very like persistent on trying anything I can try to help induce the labor a little bit more. And nothing's really working. Nothing's working at all. Like nothing. I've tried drinking the pineapple juice. I tried I walk every day, bouncing on my pregnancy ball. What else have I done, Mom? I've been drinking the raspberry leaf tea. Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful that I myself remained healthy throughout this pregnancy, and I'm happy that baby Ayla Rose remained healthy throughout this pregnancy. That is the biggest blessing, and the most comforting thing is knowing that we're both healthy, and you know, it's the way of life. Out of my hands, it's not in my control, and I'm slowly learning to grasp and accept that. The last few weeks can be very long feeling, like the pregnancy just flies by quick, and then the last few weeks you're like, are we almost there yet? Just a little defeating as a woman and as a mother. Like I just feel a little defeated. Like
I think you're more anxious than anything.
Yeah, of course, I'm very anxious. I know, I feel defeated, and I mean this in the most sensitive way possible. I'm not saying like, well, if you're not a mom then you don't understand, but I'm saying like in terms of like how I feel. I think it would be a little bit more understanding coming from someone who's been in my position. Like, you're doing all these things and you think that you're making progress. Like, okay, I was this much dilated at my last appointment, I've been walking, I've been doing the drinks, I've been contracting, I've been having this, I've been having that, so I must be dilated more, or I must be going into labor soon. And then just to get the same news, it's like, oh, gosh. And again, like, I don't want my words to be miscombobulated and taken in the wrong way, because I'm very, very, very grateful, you guys. Blessed enough to be able to carry and have babies and have a healthy pregnancy. I'm very, very blessed, very grateful for that. I'm just tired, that's all. And like, I want to be able to do normal things again, like chase after my 1-year-old if she runs, bend over and pick something up if I drop it. Again, I've been receiving lots of love from you guys. There's such amazing messages. I love reading them. You know, you guys are like my friends and stuff, so it's really nice to get uplifting messages. Keep my mind strong, and you know, I do get a couple sour ones here and there. Oh my God, like, you're still pregnant? Oh my God, why didn't you give birth yet? Can you just give birth already? But again, it's not in my hands. It's nothing I can control. It's nothing that I can force. It's nothing that I want to force because it's stressing me out. But I do see you guys, and I do appreciate you guys. And we're still going strong. Lord Jesus, if you hear me, I am listening to you, God. So I think that's the biggest lesson here. So I'm just gonna look at it that way and remain positive and strong, and baby will be here any day, and I can't wait to meet her. I can't wait for you guys to meet her. I'm gonna continue to drink my pineapple juice. Bye, guys. Got my baby over there.
Yummy.
Ooh, yummy cheese. Mom. Is it good? Yum. So Ronnie bought these beautiful flowers. If you guys follow us on Instagram, you guys will see that Ronnie showers me with flowers all the time, and I really appreciate and love him for that. It's the little things like this that mean the most. I love flowers, and Ronnie picked out some beautiful roses. We get like new flowers every week, every other day, so these ones are kind of dying, as you can see. Haven't changed out the water in this one for a couple days. So we're gonna go ahead and refresh, make some new bouquets and stuff. Ronnie either buys them like this and then he makes them for me, or he'll just buy already made bouquets. But I'm trying to stay busy and keep my mind off of things, so I think I'm gonna take it into my own hands and kind of create my own bouquets and surprise him. Okay, so here's the first bouquet with all the red roses. Don't mind that one. Let's see. They're all dead, but I actually love the way it looks. We've had that one for about 2.5, almost 3 weeks now, so that one went strong for a while. But I love the way it looks. The colors are still super pretty, and yeah, but here's our fresh new bouquet of red roses. And then I custom made this one. I think these are so fun to make and so pretty. Oh, here's Mom's pasta salad. One big piece of broccoli in the middle. Let us know if you guys want a quick little recipe on this, because it is delicious. My mom's been making it for years. She made it in high school and all of my friends raved over it. Remember?
Elementary school too, and gymnastics.
Yeah. Did I not say that? You guys.
High school.
Well, yeah, high school too, but no, I'm just saying, like, I remember in high school you making it for the cheer competitions, or anytime we had a potluck or anything, all my friends were like, can you tell your mom to make the pasta salad?
All right, Banks fam. Oh, I'm fogging up my glasses. We are back. Mackie's ready. She's leaving me behind.
I'm gonna have another one.
Contraction?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let's go.
God.
You think we're gonna stay? You think we're gonna get checked in?
We're staying.
No matter what.
I'm staying.
You don't know about me, but you're staying?
Yeah. I'm just gonna tell him, please, don't stay. Ow. 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 Okay, I'm gonna have another one.
We better stay.
Oh my God.
Alright, Banks fam, we made it inside.
We'll be there in 30 minutes. God.
We got the waddling penguin here. I want to get her inside while she's still having contractions so they can't send us home. Come on. We got it. You got this.
Do I have to hold it?
Mm-mm. No, baby, stop.
Can't breathe with a stupid face mask.
Take off the second one. That's what I did. It's the second one's not helping.
No, it's the first one.
No, it's not. Hello from Michaela Cachola. Thank you.
Oh. Hi, okay. Taste the restaurant. Better come on in, I'm gonna get you a gown.
So it's 1 a.m.
I'm so over this.
And Kaiser sucks, dude. Honestly, man, it's been such stressful. Right, I mean, we did go a lot of times for Beta too. But not because
like once a week.
yeah, but not because she thought she was giving birth. It was more so because she thought something was wrong. We think we're about to give birth, and that's why we're here. But for the most part, we're dealing with there's no change in the dilation and being dilated. Very more severe and more painful contractions, but they're not really saying anything about that. They're saying that they're gonna send her home with pain meds. Fluids regularly. Still.
They won't check to see if my water bag.
They're not checking to see if they're not checking to see if the water bag has a tear. Really, they just don't want to admit anybody. They just don't want to admit anybody. Is what it is. It's 1 a.m. and they're saying they're gonna keep us here for another hour to see if there's been a change in the cervix.
I've been having contractions 5 minutes apart for the past 2 hours. And they're talking about they're gonna send me home with pain meds.
Hopefully there's a change in the cervix and someone else can check it.
I want the OBGYN to check my cervix, not the RN.
Yeah, and an RN checked. Am I tripping? YouTube comments below. Is an RN supposed to check the cervix? If so, hey, I guess. But if not, what is you doing? See you guys in an hour. Alright, so Maggie's changing and they're sending us home. Again.
After having contractions, I'm still having them. 3 to 5 minutes apart.
She was like, you're having them at 4 minutes apart. So when you have when you have them at 3 minutes apart, and they even admitted, they told us, we asked them, we said, well, last time when she was having contractions, the last time she was only 3 centimeters dilated and the contractions were nowhere near as bad and they still induced her. So why is it different now? They're like, well, now
just tell your doctor and we can do
yeah,
it for you.
just tell your doctor and we can do it, but you know, the beds are just we're so busy, and they're so it's basically about business and not about the pain level that my wife is in. It's more so about them having too much on their hands, which I get. But there's nobody in here right now. We are the only family in here right now at this very moment. So I said you couldn't bring us in right now and do, well, no, you guys have to schedule it. You have to schedule an inducing? Last time I checked, we walked right up in here last year and induced with less problems, less dilation, less contractions.
I'm just like, I'm so over it, you guys. Like I'm literally telling them like how much pain I'm in and how like excruciating these contractions are, and
they said take Tylenol. Like,
or Benadryl.
Come here. So we got back home around like 3 a.m. and
Hi. So last night around 10:40, and don't get like I've been having contractions these past few weeks. Hi, baby. I've been having contractions these past few weeks. That's you. And nothing has, I mean, there just been false alarms. Braxton. Okay, I love you so much. Braxton Hicks, or not active labor contractions. So last night was a whole different ball game. Around 10:40, I started having contractions, and I was timing them because I knew the doctors would be like, okay, how far apart are they? Or, okay, how long are they lasting? This and that. So I started timing them. About 30 minutes pass, and I noticed a pattern. I'm having contractions at least 4 to 5 minutes apart. I was like, okay, they're lasting about 1 to 1.5 minutes. So I called the triage and I was like, okay, I'm gonna monitor them for an hour. And if it goes past an hour, we're just gonna go in. So they progressed. They were coming sooner, like 4 minutes, 3 minutes apart, still lasting a minute long, 1.5 minutes long. So we went. They told us, okay, yeah, you should come in. So we went. We get there. First of all, the walk, as you guys know, the walk there is just long enough. So I'm already contracting as I'm getting out of the car, as we're walking there. We get there. You have to ring this bell to get in. I rang it twice, nobody answered. We're not getting tended to, and I'm sitting there on the bench, like contracting, like, and they're like,
you see it, it's all filmed.
Yeah, and they're like, what are you guys here for? Checking in, you know what I mean? So we get in, they give me a room. Nobody comes to see us for at least 20 minutes. I'm sitting in the room and I'm contracting, and I'm like, shouldn't they be monitoring this? Like I'm having these contractions so frequently and they're freaking sore. Why is nobody tending to us? Like, why are we not being seen? So my husband had to go, well, I'm talking to you guys obviously know who he is. Ronnie had to go and say, okay, we're ready. Like, can somebody come see us? Like, she's having really bad contractions. Like, what's going on? Oh yeah, sorry, we'll be right there. Okay, so mind you, the triage is empty. We're the only couple there. There's at least 5 nurses. I get it, it's in the middle of the night, you're tired, you have a night shift, we get it. But that's your job, to tend to your patient, no matter what.
And I think the thing is, when we go there at like 1 a.m., which is the moments where
they're already like over it. They're already over their shift. They don't want to be there. They're tired. They don't, I mean, I don't want to say that they don't care, but in a sense, it's like, it's a drag for them, you know, and you're like, oh God, I got night shift. Oh God, I've got to tend to these patients at 4 in the morning, you know, but that's your job. That's your job. You are a caregiver. You are a healthcare provider. You tend to your patients, period. So anyways, we're there. They finally come and hook me up after, again, Ronnie says something. Ronnie goes and says, okay, she's all dressed in the clothes, like, can somebody come monitor us? So they hook me up, and the nurse checks my cervix, and she's like, okay, yeah, you're still at 3 centimeters dilated, so I'm gonna check you again in an hour. I'm like, dang, an hour? So I have to lay here in these excruciating contractions for an hour, and then I get checked again? Oh my God, okay. So I'm laying there, and I'm in, you guys, my contractions were so insane. Like, they felt like how it did when I was about to give birth to Avea. That's how bad my contractions were last night. And they were so frequent. They were, again, 3 to 4 minutes apart at this point. Pain tolerance, I would say 1 out of 10. My contractions were at least an 8 or a 9. Like, I couldn't walk. I couldn't breathe through them. They were so painful. And then on top of that, they have you lay on a pad, right? Sorry, I'm having cramping today. I just woke up not too long ago. But, so they have you lay on a pad to see if any fluids are leaking or whatever the case is. It's TMI for you guys, but we just want to give you every point of view and everything that occurred last night to see if we're the ones tripping. So I had some fluid, and I told Ronnie, I said, can you check that real quick? Like, what is that? So he looks, and then the nurse came in, and he's all, can you guys please check if she's leaking amniotic fluids, or if her water bag popped, or if she has a tear? Can you guys do that? She was like, no. She was like, yeah, no. It's normal. It's probably just mucusy or discharge. Yeah, no.
Thing is that on terms of the protocols, everything is so brand new to them because of the restrictions and everything right now, which I understand, which we understand. Let's keep in mind that with Avea, she was 2 centimeters dilated, nowhere near the type of cramping or pain that she was in before. I had 0 contractions, maybe like 1 every. Remember, I'd be like, oh, my tummy, and it wasn't even like, it was like, oh, my tummy feels tight. That's what it felt like with Avea. So now that she's experiencing high pain levels with contractions, they're within 3 to 4 minute radiuses. But right now what they did was they made it so much harder for mothers to give birth. And I've had hundreds to nearly maybe thousands of people in the DM just from a couple hours ago last night, telling us about how they've had similar instances with Kaiser. The healthcare industry, we understand, is overcrowded right now, and we understand the circumstances and the situation. But the part that we didn't understand was, in that particular moment, at 1, 2, 3 a.m., there was nobody. There was plenty of open rooms
0
to give birth in. The inducing was the situation. And first of all, as I said earlier, I'm not sure, and maybe they do, I'm not sure RNs come in just checking cervix. I always thought that it was an OBGYN. That's a small concern. And that's another thing. We didn't even see a doctor last night, you guys. Until the very end. And then we'll explain. We'll explain that whole, it was just the worst experience possible. Like everything that could have happened last night that we didn't want to happen happened. So at this point, so she comes and checks me an hour later. And mind you, I'm laying there for an hour, like in pain. I've only been checked on the moment that she hooked me up to the monitor. She explained to me what's about to go down. She said, do you want water or juice? No, thank you. Okay, boom. Nobody came to check on me until I made Ronnie go outside and get one of the nurses to let them know that I had to use the restroom. So she came in and let me go to the bathroom, and that was it. We never were checked on again. We were never spoken onto again. And I don't know, like to me, like I want to make sure my patient was,
as comfortable as they could have possibly been, or you know what I mean? Like they didn't empathize with us. There was no care. Like I just felt like we were there. They were like, okay, whatever, okay, bye. Like, okay, you're fine, go home. Like there was no like comfort. There was nothing. And I was literally laying there like in tears, like just in pain. Like I just was like, I can't do this. Like I was literally expressing to them like, I can't do this. Like please help me. Like help me. Do whatever you can to help me because I cannot right now.
So what happened was that we waited for the hour.
She checked my cervix again.
Obviously, Michaela started showing her signs of irritation. And also at a point, the nurse was kind of being very sarcastic and, yeah, kind of returning the attitude in a sense. But whatever, it's 2 a.m. So, long story short, after that hour, she's like, oh, okay, well...
There's literally, she was like, there's nothing we can do for
Yeah,
you.
there's nothing we can do. I said, well, can you check her fluids and to see what's going on? Because normally they're supposed to check, and then if there is any amniotic fluid or et cetera, they're supposed to say, okay, then we can go ahead and admit you. But the thing is, Michaela, even last pregnancy, didn't have a natural water break. They had to break it themselves. So what I'm saying is, in the past year, you mean to tell me that the healthcare professionals had that much time and training and evaluation to change their entire protocol from things that they were doing that were successful to things that now they have hundreds, thousands, and probably hundreds of thousands of other people who don't even follow us that are going through things saying that they've been turned down. To consider someone a healthcare professional right now is a tricky game because, yeah, they're going through a lot. They do have a lot of things going on. But at that moment, there was an empty bed. There was empty rooms. We see them as we walk in. There's empty rooms. There wasn't people screaming, hollering, giving birth. There wasn't crying babies on the floor. So there was room. And when we ask for an induction, last time we didn't even ask, keep in mind. So now we're not asking, we're begging to be induced and to be admitted. And they're saying, no, you have to schedule. So now we're gonna get into that part. Out of nowhere, an OBGYN comes in. Don't even know, he didn't even address himself. I don't even know the dude's name. He didn't ask who we were. He walks in and says, hey, do you guys know this doctor from Sacramento? Keep in mind, we live nowhere near Sacramento. We're like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, he was like,
Sacramento.
oh, I see that you see Dr. da-da-da-da-da in Sacramento.
Oh.
I was like, no, we're not, we don't live in Sacramento. Oh, so you guys must have just transferred from Sacramento to the location you guys are at now. I was like, no, we've never been in Sacramento, never been seen there, never heard of a doctor by that name. And you could see how uncomfortable the doctor was.
Yeah, so when he heard our response, he started to then try to drift back, like walk kind of backwards and like ease his way out of the room. But I'm asking him, this is the first doctor we've seen.
Exactly.
So I'm asking them questions like, you know, why is it all of a sudden we can't get induced when last time X, Y, and Z and this time is ABC? Oh, because of this and because of that, kind of giving us the runaround.
He was like, yeah, we can induce you. Yeah, we can induce you, but you have to schedule it. And you need to call your doctor so your doctor could tell us to induce you.
Which is a brand new protocol.
I was like, huh?
Because that's not the case. That was never the case before. With that all being said, then I'm asking him questions. He's trying to leave. He's literally trying to walk out without saying bye. Like he's like inching out the door, walking backwards. That brings us to leaving and being discouraged with all the footage you've seen already. And now this morning, Michaela calls the doctor. I should have recorded it, but the camera's downstairs and I had just woken up. She calls the doctors at Kaiser. And keep in mind, this hospital closes.
It's a medical facility. It's not a hospital. It's
a clinic. It's a clinic.
Basically.
But at the end of the day, if you have on-call doctors and they're on rotation and you can't talk to your doctor until their rotation occurs, that doesn't really make sense. And if you are in case of not emergency, but mild emergency where you need to get a hold of a doctor.
Something urgent.
And that literally only leads you to be able to go to an emergency room or wait until the clinic is open. And that's Kaiser's foundation right now, apparently. With all of that, she calls, and yeah, you're on the phone, so you can explain.
Yeah, I totally forgot today was a holiday. But the thing with Kaiser, you don't have a set OBGYN. The doctors are on call, on rotation, so you see who you see. If I see this healthcare provider my entire pregnancy, which is possible, I mean, I've been seeing my doctor for my prenatal checkups. But if I go into labor, she will not be the doctor to deliver my child. It's whoever's on call. And honestly, if you call and it's urgent and they do happen to be open and stuff, you will see whatever doctor is there that day, not your healthcare provider. They don't give out any personal information. They don't give you their personal number to call and be like, oh my God, doctor, da 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 da, I'm doing this, or I need this advice. Nothing. You literally get who you get. So with the information we were provided with last night, in order to schedule an induction, I have to get permission from my doctor. Okay, so I couldn't call last night because the facility that we go to closes at 6 o'clock, nor are they open on weekends. So that's one thing. Wake up this morning, totally forgetting it was a holiday, I get that. I call, I get sent to just a regular advice nurse, and I'm like, I need to talk to my doctor or a doctor that works at the facility I go to. Ow, sorry. Oh God, you guys. So I want to speak to a doctor, and they're all off today. Ow, 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 ow. So I want to talk to a doctor to schedule an induction, and none of them are on call today. They're like, the only time we could that you could speak to a doctor, Michaela, is tomorrow. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, can I have somebody's number? Can I have an email? Can I do something? Oh yeah, the email is on your portal, but you won't be able to contact them within 24 to 48 hours, or they won't respond. I'm like, so what do I do? Like, what are my options? Like, because I'm unsettled, I'm in pain, I don't know what to do. Like, you guys are sending me home, and I'm coming to you guys with all these pain problems, and you guys are just turning us away. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm discouraged at this point. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to look for. I don't know what signs to look for anymore. I don't know. And that's the thing. They give you the runarounds, I feel. Like, you tell them this thing, and then they're like, okay, well, da-da-da-da-da, you should wait this. And so then the next time it happens, you do what they say, and then they're like, okay, well, this time you got to do da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, so it's like, what do I look for?
It's misleading to say, they're like, oh yeah, just come back in. Just come back in when you did it, or
and I'm tired of getting sent home. We're tired.
They're saying come back, but then when you come back, they're kind of degrading you for coming back. So then when you go back, they're like, oh, you're not ready yet, or we can't do this. And she's definitely ready. This is worse than what it was with Avea, and it was smooth delivery.
And they're not even looking into any and everything possible.
Didn't check her fluids.
Like, I'm like, what if something like...
Didn't see a doctor.
I'm like, can you guys please just check for everything possible that could possibly be happening right now? No, you're just taking your time. You guys know that for sure?
No, they're taking their time.
I'm like, you guys know that 1000% that everything is perfectly fine. It's just slow. That's a possibility. I understand that. As a mother, as a woman who is in labor and in pain, please, I need the confirmation. I need the reassurance that everything is going as smoothly, and that is the case. But when you tell me no, when I ask you for something to be done and you're telling me no, that's so unsettling. So unsettling. I'm sure anyone can relate. That is so unsettling. Like, and I talked to them today. There's nothing they can do for me in terms of an induction. Okay, that's off the charts. Then I'm like, okay, so what do I do if I experience the same thing? Well, if you're experiencing the same thing you did yesterday, Michaela, wait 2 hours and then come in. I'm like, okay, so how am I supposed to know the difference from what I was experiencing yesterday than I am today? What if it's the same exact thing?
This is happening to not just us.
Yeah.
Which is why we're bringing it to an awareness on a different level.
The amount of responses that Ronnie and I have got is just so mind-blowing to know that we're not the only ones going through something like this. And then reading your guys' stories, it's like, why are the circumstances so different? If you guys have a protocol, the protocol should apply to everybody, not just pick and choose because you don't feel like seeing someone that night, or because you're tired and you don't want to deal with an upset pregnant family, or whatever the case is. Because I even had messages saying, girl, I was going through the same thing. I was 2 centimeters dilated and they admitted us. What the hell? So why not us?
But it's a different case right now because people were doing that last year, 2, 3, 4, and I get it. Things are changing, things are different. But you cannot mean to tell me that within not even a full year, these healthcare professionals have learned a brand new protocol and are following a brand new protocol that nearly hundreds and thousands of people are now having complaints, serious complaints about the healthcare provider, which is Kaiser. And literally everyone has expressed the same thing, that they go to a different hospital and they have an amazing experience and they get what they ask for and they get the healthcare that they need. Now, when it comes to Kaiser, it's like, oh, I have this complaint, that complaint, this complaint, that complaint, this complaint. I have to switch over. Keep in mind, we pay our insurance. We have a premium insurance with Kaiser, and we're not getting premium care
the top
at all.
of.
And right now, what's happening with our family's health is not being helped or being cared for. And it may just be because Kaiser's overcrowded. And I think a lot of the time they're using crowding as their excuse, because last night was just fine for them to induce. They would have had a perfect span of time where they were free because there was no other people in there. We were the only people there at 2 a.m. On the labor and delivery. So for them to use that excuse and now give us back and forth, probably knowing that today was President's Day and that if we were going to try to get a hold of somebody today, it wasn't going to happen, because they all know that they're just waiting for people to do it on their own. And this isn't BC, this isn't the medieval times. We don't need to do things on our own anymore. That's why we pay premium insurance, is because we want help from our healthcare providers. With all that being said, the really only thing that they're allowing us to do, and well, Michaela to do, is sit it out and go through pain. And the best thing they said that they can do is prescribe her Tylenol and Benadryl. We got that at the house in the medicine cabinet. We don't need you to prescribe her Tylenol. So we have Tylenol. You can buy it at Walmart. There's nothing beneficial that came from these. So any representatives from Kaiser watching this, I highly suggest that you guys do some major changes, because this is going to be brought to a larger level, and I'm sure a lot of people on this platform are going to raise their concerns as well, because on Twitter and Instagram, it's already became a major concern.
On Twitter, Kaiser actually tweeted me and was like, hey, why don't you give us your number? We can hop on a phone call.
Member services, which is going to do nothing but write down a survey of, oh, we got to fix this, and then they're going to put that in a folder that has 10 other million things that they should fix. So what's going to really happen here?
And like I said, I get if we got turned down and they looked at every angle of our situation, but that didn't happen. We literally got checked on, spoke to, and that was it. And another thing, I hate when doctors and nurses make you feel stupid. Damn that, and that's exactly what she did. They make you do that so you don't ask more questions. And that's exactly what the nurse did yesterday. Mm-hmm. I was asking her, as a concerned mother, not as a freaking irritated pregnant woman, a concerned mother, asking, is there anything that could possibly be wrong? What are the options here? Like, what are the outcomes? Like, what are the possibilities? I'm worried. Like, I've been stuck at this dilation for how many weeks now? I'm in excruciating pain. What's happening? It's been, I get it if I was in excruciating pain for 30 minutes, an hour, 4 hours, consistent contractions, nothing's happening but me being in pain. Like, can you please explain that to me? Like, is there an explanation? Like, please talk to me. Just talk to me. I want to be told things. I don't want to just be sitting here laying down asking my husband, like, what should we do? What do I do? What's going on? Why am I asking my husband? I should be talking to you, but you made me feel stupid by counteracting with my questions and making me feel like an idiot. Like she literally looked at me, like I asked her something about like my cervix being too small for a baby, if it's possible. I want to know if this and that. And she looked at me, she's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Literally, and that demeanor and everything. And I looked at her and I was ready to snap. Like I was like I literally didn't even talk for like 5 seconds. I just stared at her and I was like, can the baby's head be too big? Like, they didn't even do an ultrasound. They didn't even see if baby was breech or if baby's head was down. Nothing. They didn't do anything for us but check my cervix and tell me, no, you're at 3. Okay. Can you check my fluids? No. Okay. Where the hell is the doctor? Why am I not seeing a doctor? Why am I not talking to a doctor? Or why can't you tell me the doctor's busy right now, but he will be in to talk to you as soon as he can? Not even that. And the doctor walked in our room by mistake. Not even to talk to
Thought
us.
we were a different family.
A whole different family.
And then tried to escape. So then when I caught him and tried to ask questions,
and then what was rude is Ronnie's
exit.
trying to ask him like about the induction.
And he's like,
And he's
going
like
more
inching to like get out of the room.
Like trying to, like, what the f*** what are you doing?
And then he's like trying to make jokes like, well, hopefully, you know, we would love to have you stay, Michaela.
But not today.
But not today. Next time you come, we want you to stay, okay? I'm like, why can't I stay now?
Stupid.
Round ligament pain. I have freaking sciatica. I can't walk. I can't do certain things. I'm losing sleep. Like, help me. That's your job, is to help your patient. And we did not feel an ounce of that last night. We did not feel an ounce of care, an ounce of nothing. I was just so frustrated and lost for words last night. Like, I was like, wow.
So I think we're gonna just end this off here because baby Ayla is just really not her fault.
Not at all.
And this is just us voicing our concerns. We have a platform, so we're going to take advantage of our opportunity to raise awareness towards the situation, because it's not just us dealing with this, and it shouldn't be. And I understand in this profession of healthcare, there's cases where things don't go as planned, and there's bad things that happen and great things that happen in the healthcare industry every day. With the healthcare industry, they're trying to silence their own doctors and silence their own nurses to where they can't speak to media outlets. Well, look at the news. Look at the news under the news. Trust me, since the pandemic, there's been so many things about X, Y, and Z about what they can and can't do all of a sudden. And now it's taking on to the normal citizens who have babies on the way, new life, and they're making new protocols that have been protocols for the past hundreds of years. It does not make sense, and something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong.
Oh, I'm having a contraction.
Alright guys, we're out of here. Make sure you guys subscribe, like this video, comment down below if you guys have had your own instance with Kaiser or any healthcare industry.
And if you have great insurance, let us know.
Yeah, let us know some good insurance companies. With Kaiser, you ain't doing it, buddy.
Coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win, yeah. LABB, who we running with, yeah. 2233, I'm on 10 again, yeah. State your name, big dope on flame. I just switched the lanes. Damn, he did it again. I just flipped the pen.